Good afternoon, everybody. Today I'm going to continue the scrapbooking of the year 2020, and we're going to feature in this live stream landscaping projects I did at our new house. Now, normally I wouldn't do something like this, but really in 2020 I did nothing but deal with COVID and move and work on the new house, and I spent quite a bit of time putting a rock border. Here's the rock that came out of that truck around our entire house. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the video, but I've got orange painted lines here on these pictures to show where I ended up putting the rock. And so, because there weren't a lot of other things I did this year, and I think this was a pivotal moment, I decided that I wanted to scrapbook it. Also, we bought a shed, so this is the shed arriving and being put in place. We've also now landscaped all the way around that, which has been fun. The landscaping title here I made using Cricut Design Studio, and basically put the lettering on top of a created grass thing, and so that's been kind of fun. And then this also was created with my Cricut machine. I added the outline to it to help it stand out a little bit more on the page. You'll notice that this green are the same, and then this tan is the same tan that's behind the pictures there, and then I've got some green bordering on that. I chose some sand rock background page for this side with the rocks, and I chose this wooden, I think it's a fence here, but it looks a lot like the decking that's in that picture, which was also something I worked on a little bit. So chose the theme around the pictures. So we'll work on putting this together. It's been fairly complex of a project to do all of this cutting, but I've pre-done that, so you can just see how that works without taking a lot of time. Again, there are all kinds of videos online on how to use your Cricut machine, how to use Cricut Design Studio, both of which I use quite extensively. Alright, I have put the green torn edge border on. I'm going to replace all the photos to make sure that they are sitting in a good spot before I start laying them down. Alright. Tape on this one because it's heavy and I don't want it pulling off of the page. So we'll get it in the spot. I like to overlap the borders. I think it just makes it look cool, and it helps it to stand out a little bit more on the background page. You can see here how I backed the cutout with the dark green there so that you can see it through there. This is the same green that's on that border, so it helps that to stand out a little bit more. There we go. Landscaping. Alright, I'll slide this one over and work on putting this together. Again, I'm going to lay everything out where I want it to be and then start putting it in place. I'm just going to remove this quickly so that I can put the rest of the pictures on. I did so much moving of rock. There were 13 tons of rock. I actually still have some of the yard I need to move, but I did it all with a shovel and a wheelbarrow, and I think that might be why I ended up having to have wrist surgery later in the year, or actually the next year. My wrist started hurting, and so I had to stop the project and tried to start it up again a few weeks ago and realized that the heavy wheelbarrowing is not going to be good for my wrist. So probably going to find some friends who can come over and help me with it so that I don't have to. Alright, you can see on this cutout, one of the reasons I put a backing on it was to strengthen it. See, it'd be very weak in these places right here, and this makes it a little stronger. But it also, I think, helps it to stand out against the page. I think one of the reasons I wanted to get this guy in the wheelbarrow on there was just to remind myself of how much hard work that was, and the fact that I hurt myself. Maybe it'll be a good reminder to not do that again. Alright, before I put this guy down, I'm going to bring the two pages together because I want to make sure that I land him in the right spot. Okay, and I am going to overlap some of the photos, so when you put it down, they stick to those photos, and it's really, really hard to take it up and move it, so you've got to get it right the first time. So there we go, 2020, hours and hours spent on landscaping, so I think it should make the scrapbook. Thanks for joining me today. I may do a couple others of these. They're always saved on my YouTube channel, so enjoy. Thanks for spending some time with me, and enjoy scrapbooking.